Hello everyone, this is Parker Boyack with D3 Audit. Thanks for joining us today. Today we're going to be talking about analytics reports. It's a pretty common reporting tool or report that's received by a client. So I wanted to cover how you might be getting scammed or how you might be getting tricked into thinking that a company or an individual is doing something for you when they're actually not. And maybe a little bit more on how you can use analytics to better understand your business, etc. So, I will be using as a guinea pig my company Prime Infographics, which I recently actually shut down. Didn't really get very much traffic, so we'll pretend that Prime Infographics is the client. And let's look at the past month. We're looking at April. And our purpose is, let's say I did absolutely nothing, right? And I want to send them some great reports to make everything look great and kind of mask the fact that I didn't do anything and talk about some improvements and some things we're seeing that have looked great, etc. So to start, I might just say, let's first look at a comparison of month over month. Oh, that looks great. Yeah, I could totally just send that and say, hey, look, we had a 12% increase in sessions over the past month, a 10% increase in page views, 10% increase in users, etc. So they could just send this, and you'd get this, and they'd say, oh yeah, things are great, we had this increase in website traffic, and again, they'd kind of mask over the fact that they didn't really contribute to that. They don't even know where that traffic came from or why it increased. So it's important that you pressure them to give you information about that, and only a crappy SEO company would send you this and not really tell you much else about it. It's important you know where this traffic came from, what they're doing, why there's an increase, and most importantly, if you have an individual or a company doing your SEO, how they contributed to that increase. It's very hard to measure, I'll admit, myself having experience in SEO and these sorts of things, it's quite difficult, but if you pressure them, you'll at least get a lot farther than them pretending like they're doing a lot of things when in reality they may not be doing anything at all. But let's just say that this report didn't look very good. Let's say the numbers were actually pretty crappy. So the SEO person might instead decide to look at the past 3 months and say, yeah, maybe they didn't send a report last month, and so they want to compare the last 3 months to the month previous. So if you look at that, things look even better. There's a 20% increase in sessions, 16% increase in users. These, they might kind of downplay, oh, it's not too important, it's a small drop, etc. So it's really easy to manipulate Google Analytics to come up with some reports that look great. That's the truth of it. What you can do is kind of force a specific time frame. So, month over month, every single month, I don't want to see anything else or something like that. There's a few other factors, however. Let's say you're a chiropractor in Arizona. So really, this traffic accounts for all traffic across the site. But you could care less about traffic coming from Utah or California, etc. So it's important also that you segment on traffic that only comes from areas that you're interested in. So we could go into geo here, into location, and then we can look and say, oh, well, in the US, you actually only had 21 visits from Arizona. Granted, this company was a national company, but even that, I dealt with US clients only. I never dealt with an overseas client. So if you look at that, US traffic is really only about half of my actual traffic to the site. So, you might get these numbers thinking, oh yeah, these are people who are interested in my products. These are potential clients. Well, half of them is US traffic, and who knows how much of that is actually a potential client. that might fill out a form and request a service. So it's important that you understand location. Also, if you're a smaller to medium-sized business, a big problem lately has been the quality of the traffic. Google has had a hard time keeping up with spammers, and so a good chunk of your traffic may very well be spam traffic. So for that, you can go and you want to look at the channels. And you may not be the one who's looking at this. You may just be getting a report, but it's something to consider. You might be seeing these numbers of, oh, referral traffic is up 9%, and 130 sessions during the past month came from referral traffic. But what you need to consider is that, especially with referral traffic, it generally is not real traffic. So if I click here into the referral channel, we can see all the referrers. And the number one referrer, keywords monitoringyoursuccess.com. Obviously spam, obviously traffic you don't want, and that's half your referral traffic. So I've seen it much more prevalent in other places. Another issue is organic search spam. I'm not quite sure how it works. There's a very popular article on this site about visual learners, so this all looks right. But you'll see just really spammy keywords that show up as well, and that counts as organic traffic. And Google's working on it, but they haven't fixed it, and it's been several months, if not years now, that this has been an issue. So again, something to consider. Maybe you saw a 20% increase in the past month, but that could have very well been spam and not actual traffic. So when you get analytics reports, you definitely want to think twice about what you're seeing, what that means, and definitely don't let that be a justification for a SEO company or an individual who's doing work for you. Again, you want them to be able to justify what they're doing and how that contributed to the increases, and not just simply sending you reports, because anyone can send reports, right? So it's important that you understand more about the work that's being done and how that's affecting changes in traffic. So thanks for listening. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And I appreciate your time, and definitely subscribe if you can for more information on analytics, SEO, and any other things related to that. Have a great day. Thanks.